What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the Legacy channel. I'm your host, Alex, here documenting my TRT journey and the things that I'm experiencing. Within this, it's been about 2.5 years that I've been on TRT, and the results have been amazing for me. If you guys have been with me for a while, you know I started out on a 200 milligram per deciliter dose. And in that first year, I was kind of bouncing up and down, finding the dose that worked for me. I stuck with that higher dose of 200 milligram per deciliters. And I ranged anywhere between 800 to a little over 1100 on my testosterone scores. Since then, actually this last, I would say 4 months, I've tapered down quite a bit from that 200 milligram dose to 180 to 160, and now I have settled at 120 milligram per deciliter shot every 7 days. And reasons being is that higher testosterone dose, although it was fantastic up front in terms of cognitive function, neurological efficiency, motivation, ambition, drive, assertiveness, lean muscle mass gain, body fat loss, and just an overall sense of well-being and confidence. On the back end of that 7-day cycle, I would say day 6 and day 7, I was really moody. I started getting really moody. I started experiencing different frustration and insecurities coming up, and different feelings that I'd have to process that I didn't have before. And the reason is because of the increased estrogen that testosterone turns into. So the more testosterone you have in your system, whatever is not used has a tendency to turn into estradiol. And that estradiol is the increased estrogen in your body that makes you more moody and things like that. And I didn't like that. I also noticed I started getting increased acne on my back. Now, it's not the stereotypical, bodybuilder who's on a steroid cycle acne that looks all gross and stuff. But I did see some pretty large acne, and after a while you just kind of deal with it. I didn't like it, but it was there, and I was willing to just kind of ride the wave of that stuff. What else did my hair has been thinning. I didn't start taking finasteride, which helps. It's a medication that helps with hair loss up front. I didn't start taking that because I didn't want to introduce too many supplements and too many medications into my system. In hindsight, I would have started it right away. But now I got to deal with a thinning, receding hairline and some thinning up top. It still looks fine. It's whatever. But I have started looking at how much would it be to fly out to Turkey and get a hair transplant? And I started doing what are the different techniques? What instead of a hair transplant, what does stem cell therapy look like, or red light therapy and all that stuff? And yeah, dude, I never thought I'd be looking at that stuff, but here I am at 42, looking at it and contemplating it. I think I'm leaning towards like a trip to Turkey if I want to get a hair transplant at some point, and I might. I haven't decided yet. But that 120 milligram per deciliter dose works for me. My mood swings on the back end, day 5, 6, 7, are not as, they're not as intense. I can tell that my body's getting low and my next dose is due, because I'm not as ambitious. My energy isn't really where I know it is when I'm up high. And from a sexual perspective, like, my drive is lower. I don't wake up with morning wood like I normally do after I administer. And so that's just the physiological sign of it. I must say, though, if I would have started this journey and just administered TRT without some habits alongside, like going to the gym and exercising frequently, I'd say 2 to 3 times, if you're a busy man, is sufficient. You don't have to get all crazy. I started doing CrossFit at that time. I'm no longer doing CrossFit. I'm just back in a normal gym. I can probably, on a good week, make it twice. On an extremely well week, I can make it 3 times. My life is just busy with 3 kids, married, starting businesses on the side. I'm also working semi full-time. The time is just tough, and short of waking up at 5 a.m. and putting in workout in the morning, I kind of fit it wherever I can. I have adopted Mike Mentzer's approach to every time you go to the gym, you exert maximum effort. You don't just go in there and dink around a little bit, but you push your body. That just has a way of activating your body's natural hormone system of rebuilding itself, new muscle tissue, releasing growth hormone and natural testosterone. In this case, mine's synthetic, and just starting the strengthening bodybuilding fat loss cycle. Some days are better for me than others of staying hydrated. I have noticed when I stay hydrated and exercise regularly and habitually, I'm just better. I show up in life better for myself, for my wife, for my children, for my community, for my patients. I do physical therapy with folks. I go and I see them and I help them. And so I give out a lot. Well, I can't give out a whole lot if I don't put a lot in me. And it's the same with you. Unless you're taking care of yourself, unless you are inspired, it's hard to help take care of those around you or inspire those around you. So it first starts with us. And that was a determining factor that helped me to get started on this therapy. Is I wanted to show up in life different. I wanted to show up in life knowing that I had more to offer. And I got tired of not having the energy or the mental and the neurological stimulation to show up the way that I knew I could. And so I got my blood work completed and done, and I saw that I was deficient. I came in at 219 at the lowest. Then I came up at 315 and about 330 after that. And that's when my doctor diagnosed me with hypogonadism, I believe. And it qualified me to get on this treatment. So my advice to you is, get your blood work done, rule some things out that need to be ruled out, and also consider new things that need to be considered if your blood is not as healthy as it needs to be. Your health should be the most important thing to you, because if you are, again, and I feel like I keep repeating myself, if you're not optimal, it's tough to show up in optimal ways and optimal levels to those around you that you love and that you need to show up to. I have also been on a but on a journey of educating myself, improving myself. I'm going through different, mindset rhythms to help me think different, to help me think bigger thoughts, to help me see bigger things for me, for my marriage, for my children. I mean, right now we're kind of in the thick of it with 3 boys, and our life has revolved and our marriage has evolved into really at the pace and at the rhythm of our kids. Well, at some point we're going to be empty nesters. And if I don't focus on my marriage, it's going to be difficult once the kids leave to look across the table at my partner and say, I don't know you. And so all of this giving out, I need to make sure that I first have in me to give. And it's the same with you. My motto here is, building a legacy of health, wealth, and faith. That faith component, I cannot stress enough how crucial it is, because your faith component is what is the why behind what you're doing. For me, the why is because I want to be an example to my children that they can then look to and say, man, Dad was awesome. Dad pushed himself. Dad did not let the fears, the concerns, the obligations of life to put out the fire of masculinity within him. We want to be examples to our children for them to follow. If I can leave them with anything, it's not, go to the gym and kick butt. It's not get as much money as you can. It's your faith. Your faith will lead all these other things around you. I'm taking care of this vessel that God has given me, that God has blessed me with. I only get one. You only get one. I want to make sure that I'm a wise steward of this vessel. Prosperity and financial blessing come from the Lord. He gives us the ability and the intellect and the know-how and the wisdom to be in the right place at the right time, noticing the right opportunity so that we can capitalize on it and we can level up financially. At the end of the day, God gets the glory for it all. There's so many opportunities I've missed in life. I could have invested in Tesla in 2020 and right now I'd be doing good. I could have invested in Nvidia a couple of years ago and now we'd be good. But those opportunities have been missed because I wasn't prepared for them. So as a new thing that I have been doing and continue to do is I've taken advantage of investing in crypto. I'm not going to tell you where to invest and what to buy. This is not a financial channel, but I am hopefully inspiring you to look around you and see the opportunities that are ahead of you and in front of you in your life, so that you can have the awareness to say, that's an opportunity. I need to seize it, and I need to seize it now. But if you're not healthy, you're not thinking about that. If you don't have a clear head, you can't see that. And so that's kind of what I want to leave you guys with today, is like, do you notice the opportunities around you? Do you notice the people around you that you are called to inspire, that you are called to be a blessing into their lives? And if the answer is no, then I hope that after this video, you'll become more aware of those things. Yeah. But I look forward to making more videos. Life has just been crazy at the moment. I know it's just an excuse, but I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you for those that have reached out and said, hey man, what's up with you? Well, I've decreased my dose and I'm doing well now. I mean, it's not that I wasn't doing well before, but I'm doing well now. It's where I need to be. It's my sweet spot. And I look forward to continuing to make videos for you guys. I hope you're having a good day. We'll see you later.